feels like I didn't win anything. I don't believe it. You say that I'm all you need, but we slam, we cry, we scream. Hey y'all, Vicki here, and today I am going to start making a new junk journal, and I'm going to be using this Kraft macaroni and cheese box that is left over from dinner the other night. So stay tuned and let's make a junk journal. Alright, so here is the box. I started by peeling off the side, the natural glued side right here. So I just opened it up like so. And as you can see, it's going to make a book that looks like this. So all we're going to need to do is cut off these little edges here that we don't need with some straight edge scissors. And let me get it. Now y'all, I just got this caddy and I have to share it with you. I got this from Walmart today and it is fantastic. It's a maybe a picnic caddy, but it holds everything. Seriously amazing. So I'm going to get my straight edge scissors, bring it back in here, and we're just going to cut down to make it a book. So happy Memorial Day. I imagine if you're watching this, you're probably not at the beach like everybody else. And I am probably in the pool because my wonderful hubby got the pool ready. He's been spending the last couple of weeks. If you follow me on Instagram, you kind of have seen the progress of it all, but it was a mess after Hurricane Harvey. Now this doesn't have to be perfect, but you definitely want the sides to be straight. And I am not the greatest at straight cutting. I tend to whack away and then end up having to go get another box because I see little imperfections. So bear with me. Anyway, after Hurricane Harvey, our pool really just went downhill with his parents moving in and us taking care of them, and there was just so many things that seemed like they fell apart on us that we never had the time or the energy to get the pool finished. Alright, so this is the parts that I had left over. I'm gonna put those aside. I don't think that I'll need them, but this is what I have left over. Now I definitely want to make sure that my sides are even. Alright, so that is how it's going to look as a book. So you can kind of see the progression of it all. Isn't that nice? And it's going to, I want a smaller book. I want a smaller journal. Something that I can just kind of travel with. So this can be a travel journal for sure. The next thing that you want to do is you want to pick out your background. And this was my background. Sometimes I use cloth, but since this is kind of flimsy, I wanted to use kind of a paper to cover it instead of cloth. I think the cloth would make it, I think it would be more pliable, but also I think that it would be a little more flimsy. I don't know. I could be just making that up in my head. Y'all, I'm very new to the junk journaling world and the bookmaking world, so this is going to be several parts because I want to make sure that I hit all of the parts with you and learn with you. I've made a few of these, but I definitely feel like, you know, I can improve by doing more and more and more. And so I just want to spend time with you learning through the process. So this is the paper that I picked out, and it's really just, I want to make it kind of a vintagey feel book. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cover the book. Now, I need to figure out which way I want the pattern, so bear with me just a minute while I see. I definitely want the pattern up and down. So you want to get a piece of paper or cloth or paint or whatever you want to use. And you want to make sure that it's going to fold around the sides of the book so that it does cover it and the book will close. So it's going to be similar to that. Also, I did not mention you're going to need some of this Big Daddy stuff. I love this stuff. You can get it in all kinds of different mediums. This one's matte, and the one that I'm going to use is just called paper. So yeah, you can do that. You can use glue. I have art glitter glue here. This is my favorite glue of all time. And all the history of everything, I love this glue. I need to get some more. And I just heard that they have like turbo fast drying tacky glue. This stuff is amazing. I've gone through this bottle and I've got probably maybe that much in the bottle left, so it's stored upside down. I have a ton of bottles that are just stored upside down because I want to be able to use my glue at some point. So anyway, this is my newest glue. Heard a lot of good things about it. It's okay. I have had some things kind of pull up from my pages with this glue. So it's not my absolute favorite, but it's not the worst one I've had. So, you know, Arts Glitter Glue is okay. Like I said, the Aleene's is my favorite, and then this one, which is Beacon 3-in-1 Advanced Craft Glue, second favorite. Love this stuff. As you can see, I go through a boatload of glue. So all of my glues are getting stored upside down, y'all. Okay, so I think I'm going to use Mod Podge on it. The Mod Podge on it, though, because I want to have a more stiffer feel to the paper. So, you know, there's going to be some trimming going on because this is pretty far up on the edges here. And I'm going to do something different with the inside. So today we're just going to cover this book. Excuse me, I have wax paper down so that my desk doesn't get completely ruined, even though I have been using my desk quite a bit and there are some stains, I won't even lie, but the wax paper is a really good thing to put down if you don't have a nice sturdy craft mat. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give this a trim. I have it folded the way that I want it, but I definitely want to trim it so that I can work with it a little bit easier. Make sure you're in frame here. My husband got me a really nice camera arm. Oh, I was telling y'all about Hurricane Harvey. So we finally got the pool complete, and it's beautiful, and we will be going out into the pool Monday and just having a nice relaxing time. And hopefully nobody shows up unexpectedly, but you know, that does happen. Do y'all have people that just show up unexpectedly and spend the whole day with you? That happens to us quite a bit lately. Alright, so I've got the paper. It's going to look like that. And I am going to go ahead and Mod Podge the outside. And I'm just going to use this old foam brush because my my paintbrush that I wanted to use is in the it's soaking. I'm sorry, I was looking at a different brush. You can use any brush you want. This stuff, it just really helps to adhere. Also, it's kind of like a varnish, and it gives it a really good coat. So I'm just going to go dip in with this stuff and start spreading it. I just am having the best time making these junk journals, and if you're following me with these, it is fairly new. I still want to make different content on my channel. I want to do some cleaning and different things, you know, day in the life vlogs. I've got something that I want to film whenever my husband unboxes that is totally different, so we'll be doing that really soon. I'm going to go ahead and add, let that kind of get a little bit tacky. I'm going to add some Mod Podge. Mod Podge? Why is that so hard to say? Good grief. I'm going to go ahead and add it to my paper just to give it an extra level of tackiness and stiffness. So I'm just adding it to the back side of my papel. Took Spanish in school. There was only 2 years there that I could take at the time. So I think they added a 3rd year after I left. But man, I would have taken Spanish forever and ever. Alright, so now I've got it, the Mod Podge on there and on my paper. I just love the Spanish language. I'm just going to line it up with the lines. Just like so. And I'm going to set it down. Now, if you get it on you or anywhere it's not supposed to be, alcohol-free baby wipes are your friend. They are amazing, and they get glue and glitter and all kinds of stuff off. So love a good alcohol-free baby wipe. Alright, now so far so good, looking very good. Now I'm just going to tuck this and wrap it like a present, so I'm going to need some more Mod Podge. I'm going to need some more on the edges. I'm not good at cutting and all that stuff, and so this is really going to be, oh, you see I got it on the outside of the edges. It's okay. It's not going to be a precision cut type thing or fancy smancy whatever. This is like me learning different techniques with you and bringing you along. Okay, so, and I'm not worried if I get it on the back side because that's just going to strengthen it even more. It's like a varnish. Alright, so we're just going to fold, oh, my little grandpuppy is here, y'all. Alright, we're just going to fold these up like so. If you hear noise in the background, that is my grandpuppy. And I'm going to use a baby wipe. Let me just kind of wipe this so we can get some more perspective. Oh, there's my grandpuppy. She does not like my Chihuahua. He moves around too much and they don't like each other. They gripe at each other. Alright guys, I'm just going to fold it like so. And if I have any little drunk edges or whatever the heck's going on here. So if I have any little drunk edges or anything, that's what I'm going to call them. I'm going to just kind of reposition. You have time to work with this Mod Podge. So there we go. And if you need more glue, just kind of put it on there. You know, you can't go wrong just sticking it on there, because I will, if I need to, and I feel the need to for some reason, I'll cover it up. I will cut and cover and all that good stuff. Now, here's an important step that I have learned along the way. You want to push those creases in. You can use your bone folder or a ruler, but you definitely want to make sure that you have really good creases so that the paper will adhere well whenever it bends. Okay? Now, so far the book looks like that. Not too bad. Anything like this, you'd be able to glue, fold, tuck, cut. If you need to fix that little drunk edge, you can. Just kind of work around it. Now I do want to use my ruler or my bone folder and press out the edge of this book so that it's really nice and bent, and that's going to help the crease. Now if I could find my bone folder, well, if I can find my bone folder, that's going to be a thing. So let me find it. Let me grab my bone folder, guys. This is a bone folder. I love this thing, and I've used it, so. Alright, so just going to go down and really give that a good press. Uh-oh. Oh, see, now something like this happens, you gotta be prepared. I'm gonna have to put some tape. The glue was too wet. Darn it. Now see, real life. Real life. Okay, we're not even gonna worry about it because I can put something on the back of that. Carefully, carefully. You want to bone fold the edges so that they stay. Move this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my Mod Podge and just kind of fix that back. I can tell you that there will be some prettiness going on these edges. Now you can see on these edges here, they were more folded. Now my last important step, and this is all we're going to do today because it's going to be a very short video, is I'm going to paper clip or take a clip, any kind of clip, and just fold it and set it in place. And I'm going to leave it be. That's really important. You want to let that Mod Podge dry so that you don't have mishaps like this. And like I said, this stuff happens. So real life, I will fix that. Not a problem. My grandpuppy is here, y'all. So that is the first step and the only step that we want to do today. We're going to eventually sew our signatures in, decorate it, fix this little back spot here that I've heavily Mod Podged. I can't believe I did that. That's just crazy. Y'all can hear my baby. So that is all I'm really going to do. So what I wanted to share with you is it doesn't really look like a macaroni and cheese box anymore. And then once we add the papers in here and sew them in here, it's going to look fantastic. So I am so excited. We're going to make this look like a beautiful travel journal, and I think that you will be very excited to learn more about it. So clip your book, let it dry completely, and we will come back and do more later. Hey y'all, part 1 of my macaroni and cheese box travel journal, junk journal, travel journal. You saw the mistakes, you saw what can happen. I'm going to show you how to fix that, in other videos. So stay tuned, because we're going to make this journal look amazing and you're going to love it. Even with that mistake, it's probably going to end up being one of my favorite journals. Be sure that if you're watching this, hit that bell and that like button down below, and let's be friends, and that way you won't miss any of the videos that I upload. And tell me what you think about this. This is a really simple step. It seems like an easy step, but it's the first step. The second step is going to be a little bit more detailed, and there won't be dogs barking in the background. So let's be friends. Hey guys, so I have one final little tip. I went to remove the binder clips. I call these book clips a while ago, the binder clips. And I realized that the inside was sticking to itself. So you definitely want to make sure that you have something in between the two pieces here of the book before you do the binder clip, so that they don't really stick to themselves. So some of that box that I cut off, I just put it in between the two edges of the book and then put the binder clip. Now after it kind of dries, you don't really need the binder clips anymore. I just do that to kind of keep it together so that the edges don't peel up, but there you go. And then that way, if you open it, it's nice and sturdy and glued down, and there's no peel back. So just maybe use a piece of paper or something in between, and a scrap piece of paper. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, and that way your book doesn't stick to itself. Alright guys, now I'm going to go play with my grandpuppy, and I will see you in the next video.